My name is Axel and this is Ibrahim. We're here to tell you something about drainage and autogenic drainage with cystic fibrosis patients, specifically with Ibrahim, of course. I'm just putting on my clothes and my gloves. Well, Ibrahim begins.
Yes.
He's just started, he's just finished his aerosol, and now we're starting the drainage. You can start as you used to, and I'll explain. You can see with Ibrahim, he's wearing an elastic, semi-elastic band. Why is he doing this? Because the whole principle of the autogenic drainage is that he has to breathe more low indeed. It's kind of hard to say. Less superficial. So what the band does, and what I'm also doing, is I'm kind of blocking or limiting his inspiration. That way automatically he will expire more. This is almost like a reflex. And why does he have to do this? He has to expire and inspire more low, because that's where all the mucus is. The mucus will never be found superficially. You can see he's doing this very slowly. And he's only blowing harder when his lungs are almost empty. This is very difficult. So he inspires very slowly. That way the mucus doesn't go back down. He expires harder, but tries to expire as long as possible, and tries to blow as hard as possible at the end, but he has to be careful that he doesn't close in his throat, his glottis, that nothing closes up. What can he do to prevent this? He's using a flutter. This gives him a resistance. It also trembles. The resistance that this apparatus gives makes sure or helps to keep his lungs and his glottis open, mostly at the end of his expiration. And the trembling helps to loosen the mucus, so it doesn't stick, and it helps it come up that way. So I'm helping, and I'm only applying pressure at the end of his expiration, and I'm gently blocking his inspiration, so that when he takes a breath, it goes slowly, and it's not as superficial as you would want it. And that way we progressively go deeper and deeper and deeper, and apply more and more pressure. When he's sitting, he also has to make sure he's sitting correctly straight. Why is this? Of course, a good posture is good for your back, of course, but with a good posture, this, let it off here. When his back is straight, his ribs and his lower ribs are in a very good position. His thorax is in a better position, and what is you have the diaphragm that's on the lower ribs, of course, and that way everything is in a perfect position for breathing. When he's not in a good position, it's more difficult to breathe. The thorax is smaller, and the diaphragm is not in an ideal position to work. Yeah, maybe. One thing I have to say with Ibrahim, his technique is very good, but he does have a tendency to cough quickly and too hard. But this is very difficult to change. But he's getting better, of course. The ideal way to do this is every time you feel that you have to cough, you just have to stop coughing. And of course it sounds very difficult, and it is very difficult. Why do we advise this? It's because if you cough too much and too hard, you may irritate your lungs and your glottis, your throat, and when this is irritated, it closes, and it is less possible to breathe, and there's less flow when you expire, because the passage is smaller, and that way it is your technique is a lot less effective. So we try to teach our patients to cough less, try to restrict it as much as possible, and that way when they cough mucus in large quantities at one time. Yeah. One thing I have to say is this way works very well with Ibrahim, but it doesn't. It not necessarily is the best technique for all patients. So when you try this, please ask your physician, your pulmonary physician, or your physical therapist for advice. Make sure you're doing the right thing. Okay? Thank you for watching.